Breaking news, Adrian Wojonowski reporting that Trey Murphy has a meniscus injury. We don't know the severity of it just yet. I'm joined with Five and Lido. We're about to talk. Before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's talk.
First took away. Gas for this. Get your money's worth.
It's just so frustrating. First and foremost, before we get into it, we're hoping for the best for Trey Murphy. Obviously a huge year coming for him. So, we're hoping that the meniscus injury is not severe. I'm probably going to butcher this, but from reporting from Dr. Evan Jeffries on Twitter, he's saying a meniscectomy is 4 to 8 weeks. A meniscus repair is 4 to 6 months. Join with Five and Lido. Zion had the same injury his rookie year in 2019. It took him about 12 weeks to get back on the court. Obviously, two different body types. What's your initial reaction to this?
Sucks, man. I feel bad for Trey. First and foremost, he had a big season ahead of him. He still possibly has a big season ahead of him, but you felt outside expectations from whether media or fans. You felt expectations for him, and that's not including the expectations he had for himself. So to hear this, happen during a workout, and it's not anybody's fault, bro. It's just a workout. It happens. These basketball is unfortunately one of those things where you make any sort of move, you just never know what the next step is. You said depending on the severity of it, it could be 4 to 6, or it could be 3 months, or something like that. Hopefully it's not the latter. And he can get back and he can be, himself. I think that in this case, you would ask me prior to if anybody could step up and fill that 40%. There's nobody on the team I'm looking at that could do that. I look down a roster. I don't see anybody who can necessarily do the things that Trey does. I know we drafted Jordan Hawkins, but he's not ready to fill that void yet. I think it's got to be a community-based effort. And also, now the game plan has to be tweaked a little bit more. Also, you just pray for certain health for Brandon and Zion at this point.
Yeah, Five. We're going to dive into that. Five, just give me your initial reaction on just the news from Wojonowski today.
Yeah, man, it sucks to hear. Especially for a kid that he's not dying. Let's get
no.
It sucks, but so much potential, right? And I think this year was going to be that breakout season. I think he could have been possibly 6th man of the year if he didn't start. But also he can be comeback player of the year, not comeback player of the year, but whatever. I don't know what the
most improved.
Most improved. That's the award. Thinking football. But yeah, I think this is an opportunity for the team to kind of fill that void. Like Leo said, by community, by other people kind of stepping up. You're not going to get another guy that's 6'10" that can leap and jump and finish over the rim. But also, this is just room for guys to kind of fill a void, fill a role. Kind of sucks for Brandon and Zion and CJ. This is a guy they're probably going to be dependent on in Trey Murphy to space the floor for them. And he's not going to be there. But you kind of got to expect stuff like this to happen, right? You're not going to get you're not the Kings. You're not going to get, a full bill of health all the time. But, you're used to it. It's like us dealing with hurricanes. We're used to it. You just got to survive.
And look, we still don't know the severity of the injury, so there's still room for optimism, and it might come back where it's just a slight tear. Who knows, right? But let's get back to this topic because it's an interesting topic, Lido, and it's something that needs to be talked about. We talked about this in the offseason that they needed to get shooting. They didn't really get shooting. I mean, Jordan Hawkins, he's a rookie, but do I expect that kid to shoot 40, 38% this year? I don't know. He's a rookie. What can you expect from him? Now your best 3-point shooter may possibly be injured for multiple months. So you're looking at an offense. And Borrego's probably well, fuck. I mean, welcome back to New Orleans, James Borrego. But you're now looking at a huge void, right? Where your best 3-point shooter, a guy that can easily give you 15 to 17 points a night, space the floor for Zion, space the floor for Brandon. You're talking about a guy that can close out games. Well, he might not be available now. So what is next? Who fills that void? Because I think it goes without saying, like, I don't think anybody can fill that void.
Yeah, I don't think you look at one person to fill a void. It's got to be a group of people, to kind of take the mantle and just sort of try to replace Trey as best they can. I don't, again, if you go down a roster, there's not. I mean, CJ shot 38%. There's not another guy in between.
What are you smiling about, Five?
I just had an epiphany.
What are you about to say? I didn't mean to cut you off, Lito. Are you thinking the same thing I was thinking?
Brandon Ingram got to shoot more threes. that's I mean,
sorry, Lito. I'm sorry.
The good Lord works in mysterious ways. My bad, Lito.
You good. You expound. Go ahead.
The good Lord, he give it to take it away. But if you're looking at Brandon, you're like, bro, yeah, you got to shoot now. Now you got to be the spacer. Because it's not realistically, it's not going to be Zion, right? So somebody has to. It might as well be the 6'7" wing that kind of takes some of those shots.
And Five got a point. That's a great point, because especially coming off this FIBA game, having this game stifled, I could literally see him coming back to the NBA just ready to unleash and show all the shit that he was not able to do. So. I think that's a good point, man. I said no one person could do it, but shit, maybe Brandon can do it.
Yeah, maybe. This could be a good time for Brandon to up those 3-point attempts. And it's funny, Five, when I saw you smiling, I was probably thinking the same thing. But back to Trey. I can't express, like, we hope the kid's okay, and it's at least not an ACL or an Achilles. It's a meniscus, and it still sucks. And I hope he can avoid surgery, but. We just went through this in 2019 with Zion, Five, and it took him a while to get back, 12 weeks. I think he hurt himself in training camp, which takes place in October. I think he came back in January against the Spurs. Is that correct?
Yeah. Listen, I think there's two different body types here. I think there's a guy in Trey Murphy that plays basketball quite frequently. I mean, comparing Trey Murphy now to Zion back then, right? It's like Trey plays all the time. Like, there's a ton of video of Trey playing, working out with Chris Brickley. Then there's workouts in Miami. I mean, dude plays all the time. Stuff happens, right? Hopefully with Trey, even if it's the first one, right? I think that what was the first possible option? Like, if
there was 4 to 8 weeks is the
4 to 8 weeks, right? And then you can just add, let's add 2 more weeks if they're just being very cautious about it. And he can he can just glide right into the season, kind of get acclimated with the team again. He's going to have some time of like recouping his, I'm messing up words today. What is it? When you get back in shape, right? He has to get back in shape.
Back to build up, yeah.
Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of time for him just to get back into it. But again, this is an opportunity for guys, let's say Jordan Hawkins. I mean, they probably don't play the same position, but you're probably going to put Najee. He's going to slide down strictly into a forward position. So, I mean, there's ways to get around it, but can you survive, right? Can this coaching staff put together some kind of consistent game plans that allow you to survive until, Trey gets back?
I think this is as unfortunate as injuries are, there's always a chance for somebody else to step up. I didn't think Jordan Hawkins was gonna get a great amount of minutes to start the season. And I mean, I still can't specifically say that because they may not want to, thrust him into the role. But like, shoot, that doesn't change much between NBA and college. Like the ball goes in the hole one way or another, like pause. But like that was crazy. But like the thing is, like, the skill doesn't change, right? Like, even though the defensive change and the spacing changes, the skill you have doesn't change. And that's something that he's acquired throughout his summer playing basketball, which, I mean, man, you just never know.
You really don't. And I think what hurts the most, I guess speaking for me, is like, you see Trey and you just, the way his work ethic is, and I I think Jared even said a couple weeks ago, like he's been working out all around the globe. You know,
Yeah,
like
the
that dude,
globe.
wherever he goes, he's working out. He had the Team USA thing. He was in Italy with Jackson Hayes. He was working out there with his dad. And this was like we were ready for year 3 Trey Murphy. Now we still, once again, don't know the severity of the injury. I'm not saying he's out for the year. He's not dying, but still, it's just another blow to this team, Jarrett, where it's just injury after injury after injury after injury. They can't catch a break. At what point? I mean, you change the medical staff, right? Like Nelson's gone. What? I don't know what to say.
I already told you what we need to do. Everybody, go get your grandma's voodoo doll and go get some sage, and we just gonna walk around the facility and just wave it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kyrie. Like, yeah, man, we're gonna bring it and you know, light some smoke and do a seance. We're not gonna sacrifice any animals or nothing like that, so don't get too crazy. But something got to shake. Exactly, something got to shake, right? Like something has to change. It's just bad luck. It happens. Hopefully, it's just not as severe as instantly you think.
Yeah, Lito, close us out.
I mean, we just hoping for the best, man. We wishing for the best, especially for Trey. You know, it's almost get money season.
Ooh.
You know, so I want everybody to get paid. I want everybody to get what they feel like is their worth. But most importantly, like, man, the kid loves playing basketball, right? Like he just loves the game. Like I hate to, as somebody who has like had basketball taken away from him, like that shit not fun. You know what I'm saying? Like money aside, like just doing the thing you love to do every day. Like that's it's just not fun. To sit and watch your guys play. So man, shout out to Trey, man. We just lifting you up in spirit. And you know, like somebody else gotta step up, man. Community effort. Brandon, you know, maybe Brandon shooting 6 threes a game now, like Five said. Like he's got to match, somebody has to match that energy. And I don't know how the game plan going forward. I think first we probably have to see how bad the injury is. How long?
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing. Like we just still don't know, but like we're thinking worst case scenario, right? Like that's just the human. Like, that's just what you do. You think of the worst case scenario.
I mean, especially with the Pelicans, like
exactly right. So always something this team. Presented by the Bird Salt Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Propels Talk, Company Burger, and Crystal Hot Sauce. We will get you more information as we find out more information. But before signing off, Trey, man, hoping for the best and hope to see you in October, man. So that's it for us. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We will talk to y'all later.